Good morning at 7:04 on this Friday, July 29th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. It is a rainy Friday morning. We welcome you to our program. And of course, each Friday we're on the air for Wilson Bank and Trust. John McDermott joins us this morning, CEO, Wilson Bank and Trust. How are you?
Good morning, Coleman. Always great to see you.
Well, it's good to have you with us, of course. And I'm sure you've got some information to share with us this morning.
I do. I can't believe we're third quarter, right? Things are moving right along, and usually about this time of year, I pop in with you guys and kind of give you just a little brief update what's going on at the bank. And of course, a lot of our employees are here every Friday, right, giving you an update on something. But we have been pleased with our first 6 months. I think that most of our customers and businesses, although the economy is definitely at a weird spot, continue to be at a weird spot. We saw just this week interest rates, the Fed funds rate go up another 0.75% or 75 basis points as we talk about. And so rates are going up, but in general, our customers, especially those that are on the retail side, continue to, are seeing some positive things. And I think a lot of that's just a location environment that we're in.
I have heard it said that it's going to affect some other places probably worse than it does here with our thriving economy and the way people continue to move in here. They're going to continue to borrow money most likely.
Well, and the influx of people and the jobs. When I think about all the jobs that have been created in our county and really throughout the region of which we're participating at, as our footprint has grown, that there's good things happening in most all the counties that we serve, and so and most of it related to job creation, and so we think that's positive for all of us. I don't think it totally insulates us. I tell our team and the board, we all talk about there's probably going to be some things that happen that we maybe don't expect, but we're trying to watch all those scenarios and be the best prepared we can.
Well, so far it's been a pretty good year for Wilson Bank and Trust.
It has. So it's been good, and as we've grown, Coleman, we have about over now 4,600 shareholders. And where that used to be all Wilson County, or for the most part, we've seen those shareholders continue to spread out. So it's still over 50% of the number of shareholders are in Wilson County, but definitely seeing growth in these other counties that we're in as those customers and people in those areas want to become investors.
And you've got one or two more, one maybe that is almost ready to open, I think.
We do. It's pushed out a little bit, but Maryland Farms will be office number 30. It's in Brentwood, and that will be our second office in Williamson County. That our growth in Davidson, Williamson, and some of those areas has been great because all the growth that's happening in those markets. Still, tremendous amount of our business comes from Wilson County, which we're proud of as home, but definitely, supported by all these other counties around.
Well, I guess come Monday school begins, and you've got your footprint in the school system for sure.
We do. We re-crank up our school bank program, which has been so meaningful over the years, and it was started as a way to help, which still is today, help kids learn about saving, the importance of saving. What we realized once we went into the schools is that not only was the children that we were helping, but a lot of their parents had not been properly educated as well. And so that conversation that could be started between parent and child as they talked about what the importance of saving really became impactful. And today, actually almost sends chills through me. Today there's hardly an orientation class at the bank that I talk to when I go around and say, how did you get to Wilson Bank? And they either say from one of your employees, or they say, well, you were in my school when I was growing up, and I figured that anybody that would invest in kids' education like that and support the schools must be a great place to work. So it's been great stories. First, people saving for their first car through that program, and so it's just kind of blossomed. And people ask us a lot of times, what's this cost you? What's your return on it? The return is it's the right thing to do. It's invest in education, our people, and in the different markets we serve, and that usually works out pretty well.
Well, anything else either new or that you want to reiterate this?
No, I think just we did start with rates, but just say, mortgage rates have actually come back a little bit. They're actually gone back down some from where they were. We also just launched in June the 1st a new joint venture with the owners of Celebration Homes and Willow Branch Homes, predominantly sales of homes in Murray, Williamson, Rutherford, some now Wilson County with those home builders. But it's just a joint venture, or it's called Encompass Home Lending. So it's kind of a joint venture brand that we have to capture more mortgage business in those markets, and then hopefully continue to cross sell what we're doing on the banking side.
All right, great to have you today. And of course, we always remind everybody you are a member of FDIC, an equal housing lender, but I still like this here. You're still here, you're still independent, and you're still committed to us.
Absolutely, and we still use that tagline too. Thanks, Coleman. Great to see you.
Excellence in banking since 1987.
35 years,
All right.
still here.
Well, John, thank you for being with us. John McDermott, CEO, Wilson Bank and Trust, right here in Lebanon, Tennessee, and 28 other, well, there's several in Lebanon. Anyway, you know, as we said, excellence in banking since 1987. We're 10 minutes after the hour. I have a special guest this morning that is going to be with us for part one. He's somebody I've known since he was probably 2 or 3 years old. He's actually my wife's nephew, but I claim him too. Jim Beeman, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How are you doing? Or should I say Uncle Coleman?
Yeah, I am doing fine. It's just great to have you. We've got a lot to talk about, but you have told me of coming to Watertown to see your grandparents, Fred and Betty Sue Ashworth, and eating breakfast and listening to me on the radio.
Absolutely. I can remember vividly pointing up at the radio above back in the 60s, pointing up at that little yellow radio up there and listening to my Uncle Coleman going, "Grandmother, that's my Uncle Coleman." She goes, "Yep." So I remember vividly.
Well, your Aunt Sandra, Helen's sister, is in studio with us this morning. She's making a picture too, I think. But you're here for a special reason. But I want to talk just a little bit before we get started here about your career, because really you are, we should say, Colonel James Beeman from the United States Air Force.
Well, yes. I spent 26 years in the Air Force being a bomber pilot. I flew B-52s and in the swing wing supersonic B-1 bomber. Lots of trainers, F-16. I was an airlift pilot. Flew the late great Senator John McCain and several congressmen in Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, when I was over there flying for the Defense Intelligence Agency. So yes, I had a wonderful career back in the Air Force.
Now, what are you doing now?
I work for a phenomenal company called Leidos. I'm going to put a plug in and if you've never heard of them, if you look above the TSA, the little sensors, you'll see Leidos above all of those. And so Leidos is a phenomenal multi-billion-dollar tech company, and one of the things that they deal with is computer and cybersecurity. We work in many of the security operations centers in and around DC, where I work, in around DC, securing our nation's federal networks.
So you're be greatly concerned about what some of these other countries have allegedly and reportedly been trying to maybe do to us, get into some of our secrets, invade in a cyberspace way.
They do, and they try, and at times, as you probably well know, they are successful. We had solar winds just about a year and a half ago, and I know many of your listeners have probably heard of the Colonial Pipeline, where the oil pipelines were shut down for quite some time last year. That was an industrial control system cyber attack. So you bet.
Well, what is social engineering?
Well, your listeners out there, as we were just talking, a lot of them have already heard about various attacks that can come on a computer. Mm-hmm. And because, in fact, we had a conversation about that about 6 months ago. And
part of the reason you're even here kind of led to that.
But, we've heard about computer attacks, and a lot of times we don't always think about how it can affect us. And one of the things that you have to realize is social engineering is a form. Now, there's many different things of social engineering, but social engineering, by what we're talking about, is a way that the adversary can attempt to use our social media the things that we like to do, Facebook, Twitter, telephones, even TVs and things like that, and our computers, they can use that against us. And they come into our systems, or basically we bring them into our systems by clicking on various aspects, various links and so forth. And that is where an adversary can do any number of things to our systems once they've got us.
All right, we got a lot more to talk about, but it is time for us to take a break, and more coming up on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:14. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford, the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. It's $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal, tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Watching traffic increase even more in the last few minutes out here on 24 coming in from Rutherford County. We're looking at a crash over here on 24 eastbound, just past 440. It's not causing too much of a problem because it's in the eastbound lanes. Now, they're still dealing with some flooding right there on 24 westbound. As soon as you come past 440, before you merge into I-40, it is a mess right there with some standing water. Hey, Gatlinburg Wine Cellar, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Log on today, GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Charles Lehman is asking for your vote for Wilson County Trustee August 4th. Charles grew up in Noreen and has been a lifelong resident of Wilson County. Charles Lehman brings a strong education tempered with decades of experience to provide the citizens of Wilson County with a rock-solid background for their next trustee. Working as an appraiser for the comptroller of the Treasury for 34 years and going into real estate after retirement, Charles brings a strong foundation to serve as your next trustee. Paid for by committee to elect Charles Lehman Treasurer.
I'm Glenn Denton, and your primary candidate for 20th District Commissioner. I'm the only real conservative on the ballot and the only one listed for this seat. But I have 2 write-ins opposing me, so I need each one of your votes. No more huge property tax hikes or piling up a big debt. We have gone over 25 years without proper representation, and I have served 33 years in this district spiritually, truthfully, and boldly. It's time for a wise choice, a clear voice for clean government. Elect Glenn Denton, 20th District Commissioner.
This is Coleman Walker inviting you to join us at 7 a.m. Thursday, August 4th as we go over the entire election ballot for that day. Then on Friday, August 5th from 7 a.m. till 8 a.m., Judge Barry Tatum and I will recap the election results. We encourage you to vote for County Commissioner, County Trustee, School Board Member, and judges. Join us as we recap the results on Coleman and Company, 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. Friday, August 5th on WANT FM 98.9 and WCOR AM 1490 and online at WANTFM.com.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on a compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
And we continue here on this Friday morning. Thanks for joining us, Jim, Slim, Beeman. Again, let me introduce you for those who weren't listening 10, 15 minutes ago. Jim Beeman retired from the Air Force, and we're talking about social engineering this morning. And your entire job now has to do with this and teaching people. You're an instructor, and you have no doubt discovered a lot of things the average person doesn't know about all of this, and ways that people can invade your private space, so to speak, your computer, your cell phone, whatever.
Correct. And in fact, here's the thing, is why is social engineering so effective? And why do adversaries even want to try to do it? And the reason being is, for example, in the United States, we trust each other. We've grown up in neighborhoods. I remember growing up where we didn't even lock the doors. And so with that in mind, we trust everybody. We trust, for example, if you sent me an email, Uncle Coleman, I'm going to assume it came from you. Mm-hmm. The thing is that adversary, what we don't realize is that the individuals who might be sending us information because we see our computer and it's sitting right in front of us. But who is really behind that computer sending that to you may be halfway around the world. And we just, in our minds, and it's difficult, in our minds, we don't think about that. All we think about is, I got an email from Uncle Coleman. And in fact, I got a message from you that one time, and it was just after we'd had a conversation, and I looked at it and I went, this is not normal. Uncle Coleman doesn't normally send me, hey, Jim, I think you'd be really interested in this. Click on this link. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to call my Uncle Coleman and say, did you send this to me? But again, they use our trust, our culture of trust against us. And it's hard. It's hard for us to look at our computer and I get an email from my Aunt Sandra. I call her my sister. I get an email from my sister, and it's hard for me not to say, well, that came from my sister. It looks like it came from her, but I really have to step back and think, is that really from her? And again, companies, individuals that work for companies. For example, you may have, like you just had the CEO of Wilson Bank and Trust here. What if his executive administrator gets an email from him? I need money, and because I am doing this, and I need this information right now. I need this money, or I need this information right now. They may be prone to give it to him, thinking that it's him. But in reality, it may not be him. And that has happened so many times, and people have sent money all over the world using various wire systems like Western Union. Nothing wrong with Western Union, but using like Western Union to send money which can't be tracked, can't be gotten back. It's gone. And now the adversaries get it.
So that's one of the damages that can occur.
You bet. It can happen that way. And in fact, you say, well, it's only a few dollars, right, Jim? And the answer is, it's billions of dollars a year. And that's just to the U.S. alone. Globally, it is hundreds of billions of dollars of damage a year by these. So it absolutely works, and they're going to continue doing it.
How can people be more aware? Because it doesn't happen all the time. It's just on, really, with me, rare occasions, but I have been hacked a few times.
Well, one of the things, and I even got it on my phone right here, was yesterday I was teaching class. And while I'm teaching class, and one of the topics I was teaching on was social engineering, I got 2 emails, one from, quote, McAfee, the other one from Norton. Both of those are anti-malware type systems for your computer, saying, hey, listen, you've been charged $399 or $349. Call this number if that wasn't you doing that. Well, you know what that number is? That's not McAfee, and that's not Norton. You call that number, and now they're going to say, oh, we're so sorry. Give us your credit card information, and we'll get that information off. In other words, they're going to take your credit card information just like that. So how can we help try to fix this? The first thing we have to do is get the word out. We have to make sure people that don't use computers very often, are not used to doing this, are not used to getting telephone calls from, say, law enforcement or what, or saying, law enforcement saying that their child, their grandchild that they don't talk to very often is in jail, and if you pay this fee, we can get them out and expunge their record. Folks, that's not likely. That's not how law enforcement works. And so we need to get to the point where we start not trusting the internet. You cannot trust the internet. And because you don't know who's really sending you that information. So everything you get, you have to look at it suspiciously and think, would this person really send this to me? And again, it depends. It depends. And so with that in mind, if that's why I went back to you and you said, no, Jim, I didn't send that to you. And I told you, I said, well, Coleman, you might want to look at your system. I think it's been hacked.
All right, if that happens, I think it's a pretty common thing to change your password. Is that a good place to start?
It is a good place to start, but obviously, if we don't change our way of doing things, our attitude towards the computer, we tend, again, because it's sitting in our house, because it's sitting in our pocket, we tend to trust that. And because we logged in, who else could be monitoring my phone? Who else could be in my computer? Come on, that's I logged in. It's in my house. Nobody can get to that. What you don't realize is the adversary is all the way around the other side of the world. For example, who is 12 hours out of sync with us? And there are certain countries that are out of sync 12 hours, like China, North Korea, that in some cases are not, I'm not saying, but they are not necessarily in line with our way of thinking of using computers. And as a result, they have a desire to at times get our information.
Is our country doing anything about this? Is there any way to get the perpetrators? I mean, once they've got their money, I guess they're just gone. It's almost a worthless pursuit.
As you can say, and we sometimes say like John Q. Public, if it happens to John Q. Public, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you've wired your money, if you've given your credit card information, obviously the first things you've got to do is like with the CEO of Wilson Bank and Trust, get a hold of the bank. Immediately get a hold of the bank. If somebody tried to phish me, in other words, over the phone, voice, tried to phish me, we call that phishing. And so they tried to do me, and with that, I actually gave some of my information away for my account. As soon as I got out, this was about 2 years ago, and I teach this stuff, and it happened to me. Oh. And I was like, oh man, Jim, what did you just do? Picked the phone immediately and called AT&T and said, did you do this? Nope. Okay, change my password, change this. Guess who called me the very next day? The person trying to get into my account couldn't get in, and now they're trying to get the information again. So it can happen to anybody, and that's the key.
All right, is there maybe a sort of a set of rules, or 1, 2, 3 you could go through here to help us who are unsuspicious souls, so to speak?
Well, first thing, we don't want to change how we live and how we trust people. We don't want to lose that. That makes us, America, great, okay? But we need to stop trusting our technology, okay? The technology is going so much faster than our ability to adapt to it. We have to stop trusting it because we don't know who is really coming through our systems. Second, you can easily go online. Now, again, we're talking online, but you can easily go online. There are good social engineering 5-minute, 10-minute training courses that talk about this that you can go on to learn about this. A lot of community colleges and so forth, schools have courses that can help you understand social engineering and ways to prevent you being a victim. And that's really what we want to do. We want to stop this from people being a victim, losing money, losing their resources, as well as also not allowing the adversary to keep winning and keep taking billions of dollars from us.
As long as they're able to do that, they're going to keep on.
They're going to keep doing it. In fact, one of the major incomes of North Korea is social engineering, basically cyber crime. So espionage and cyber crime is big. And oh, by the way, if they get you once, guess what? They're coming back. If you don't do something to fix, they are coming back. And they will keep coming back until you figure out how to stop and prevent yourself from falling for their schemes.
We're about out of time, but one other question I'm wondering about nationally. Now, you know a lot about this, enough to teach and all of this. How dangerous is it for our nation? Should we be greatly concerned about that, or let the politicians do it?
I'm not sure of that one, Coleman, but I will tell you that the federal government, the military, and numerous federal agencies, three-letter agencies we call them, are absolutely working day and night to help secure the United States, but the adversaries are equally determined to get here. Okay, and so it's a constant struggle. So are we secure? Again, we have one. In fact, we have the best military, and we have some of the best capabilities in this country. So we should feel very comfortable in the fact that the country is capable of taking care of us, but we have to take care of ourselves individually as well.
Very well said. Our time is up. Jim, it's so good to have you today, and I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have.
Oh my goodness, you have no idea.
Jim Beeman, Air Force retired colonel, and now teaching social engineering. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coleman.
That is
Appreciate
part
it.
one of Coleman and Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday. Free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Traffic still busy out here on 24 as you come in from the Jolton area. Some flooding over there on 24 westbound, just past 440 as you merge onto I-40. It's starting to build now on I-40 coming out of Wilson County. Give yourself a little bit of extra time out here. Some standing water in some weird places and lots of radar. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar, home of the world famous cotton candy wine. Log on to GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
You have a vision. We have the financing to make it happen. At Wilson Bank and Trust, we have the resources that individuals, families, and businesses need to grow and achieve their goals. As an independent local community bank, we're able to provide loans with great rates, fast decision-making, and personal service from one of our local friendly lenders. We believe in the power of possibility. It's why we say yes more often. Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Tim Lee again, and as a paramedic running for District 5, I see firsthand what our problems in our communities are. People dying from fentanyl, mental health not being treated, grocery bills increasing, while food on the table decreases. Record high gas prices, and now we are in a recession. Paramedics specialize in solving problems. I ask for your vote for Timothy Bruce Lee and send a first responder to Congress. My name is Timothy Bruce Lee, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Timothy Lee for Congress.
Back to school. Wow.
Get ready for back to school. New buyers are coming into town to purchase homes and getting ready to register their kids for school. Ready to see what your house is worth? Call us for a free market analysis today. And remember, don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoler at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
Another stormy day taking shape for us, high of just 80 degrees, but a very good chance for rain throughout the day, and that rainfall could get heavy at times, so make sure you have a dry place to go. Look for a low of 70 degrees overnight. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm number one Ned.
Oh man, Mike's got them now.
All right, we continue. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to part two, a Friday morning, and we're ready to talk with the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. I don't do this too often, but Miss Judy, thanks for my second cup of coffee.
Oh, you're welcome. Mike always reminds me, make sure you take him his second cup of coffee, because he always did that. So
yeah, all right.
Okay,
well,
I'll do
we've
it.
got Miss Judy. That's Miss Judy there. Medina Himmentoler is with us. Good morning to you, and of course, they're the C&D team, part of it anyway, of Exit Rocky Top Realty, 1330 West Main. You're in Lebanon. Great people, great service. They're people you can trust. All right, we've already had a great morning here.
Visiting with your family,
nephew, Jim,
yes.
he did do a good job.
Yes, he did, and all the things he said is right on target, because we hear this every day from people, and especially the elderly, because they don't know what to do, and they do things that they shouldn't. So you need to, if you're elderly and you don't know who's calling you or who's asking for this stuff, talk to your kids or talk to somebody before you give that information out. So
All right, that's great.
It was a good show, good show.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm glad I wish it was TV this morning. You look great. Coleman has stepped out of the box. He has got on a Hawaiian Florida shirt, and it's a teal color.
Oh.
It really looks great.
That's the exit color.
Well,
it looks great.
You can thank Helen.
Not only do you have an exit pen, you have an exit shirt.
That's right. There's my
Teal
exit
color.
pen.
But he looks really nice.
Well, thank you so much. Are y'all going to do a commercial or not?
Oh, no, we just like to have fun. Yeah, we like to talk about exit realty and selling houses and buying houses. That's what we love to do. But all day long we do it, but there's lots of other things we do in between. But we do want to remind everybody, this coming Sunday is the day of prayer for Wilson County. And just so we've already, our Kiwanis meeting has already met with all our ministers, and we've sent out letters, and Eddie Callis, this is his project that he started, and then the club took it on. And we just want to remind all the churches that this Sunday at your service, at some point, ever how you want to handle it, have a special prayer for our school children, our teachers, and our families, with a hedge of protection around our kids for the school year. So it's supposed to happen. That's the official day of prayer is this coming Sunday. So if you're out there, remind your pastor to have that prayer on Sunday. We want to just put that out there. All right, Medina, I'll let you go from here.
And you are both Kiwanians, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And Medina
I'm the
is,
current president of Lebanon Kiwanis.
Okay.
yes.
So yes, please include that into your service
Well-
on Sunday.
Well, thank you for the extra load you're carrying.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun, always fun. Some listings I wanted to talk about is we have several different investment properties throughout Wilson County. If you're looking to invest in a property and have that as part of your portfolio, or you want to start a portfolio of investment properties, we have those just for you. A lot of them already have renters in place, and so you would not have to go out and find a renter, even though they're not hard to find right now. They're already in place. You've already got the income coming in. So if you were wanting to have investment properties or been looking at some, or wanting to start a portfolio for yourself or even add to your portfolio, give us a call, because we have them across Wilson County and some outside of Wilson County.
You work with a lot of people who do that?
Yes. We have investors that call us a lot that ask, hey, have you got any investment properties, or have you got any properties coming up for sale that we could look at that maybe could be an investment? So we have those along with your regular buyers and sellers as well. So, and some of the investors like to buy them in bulk, and some of them investors are just buying one and two here and there.
We have a lot of couples that will buy a rental house and let the rent money pay the payment on the house, and then in 15 to 20 years that house is paid for, and then when they retire they've got that cash flow coming in.
Right.
And a lot of people do that for retirement that maybe don't have 401ks or whatever at their company, and not going to have a large retirement. It's a great way to invest, and we have young couples that are trying to buy one investment property every 2 years, and they build a portfolio.
Wish I'd known all this 60 years
I
ago.
wish I had them when I was younger. We started later, and we have some rental property ourselves, and it's very worth doing, because the renters, we've got some renters that we've had for 10 to 12 years, the same renters in the house. They don't want to purchase anything, they want to rent, and they're great, and they become like family, and they get the house paid for, and then that is actual money.
Well, I've just been amazed at land values, and somebody that maybe, they're not making any more land, as we always
right.
hear.
Right.
And some that has been sitting maybe there for 40, 50 years, and all of a sudden, what it's worth.
I know. That's right.
That's right. So, yeah, you want to take advantage. If you're looking for investment property, give us a call, because we may have just exactly what you're looking for. And the other thing is, we have lots for sale. We have a farm in Watertown. It's 80 acres. It's already perked for 4-bedroom. It's all fenced in. It has electricity and water on the property. So give us a call for that one. It's a adjusted price of $879.9. So if you're looking for 80 acres, a farm, it's in Watertown. It's 2 minutes from the Watertown High School. So give us a call on that. And then we also have lots at the lake off of Canoe Branch Road and Misty Lake and Lakeview North. Those properties, lots, you can build homes on them. There's no restrictions down there close to the lake, so give us a call there. And then we also have 25 acres on Canoe Branch Road that's all fenced. So if you're wanting that as investment as well, land is also a good investment to have. Like you said,
you got a lot of lots.
yeah, so a lot of lots. So we have a variety of real estate that you could take advantage of and have that in your portfolio, or just to look at or purchase to buy to live in. So give us a call on that. And then today is the last Friday at Exit Rocky Top parking lot for Chick-fil-A. So come by to Chick-fil-A here in our parking lot from 10:30 to 2. Remember, we are trying to reach headquarters ears to let them know that Lebanon is ready for a second store. So this is the last Friday in our parking lot. So come by, see us, see the Chick-fil-A guys and gals, and purchase your lunch and come by and get that, and then go on and find some property and give us a call.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot of territory this morning, but
That's right.
If you want that, you said
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes, in our parking lot, 10:30 to 2.
You better take advantage one more Friday here.
Yeah, that's right. And they may go other places on west side of Lebanon to get those numbers up as well, but it's the last Friday in our parking lot today.
Okay.
So come on by and give Chick-fil-A a help and let's get Lebanon a store, another
right,
one.
Great. Well, thank you all for being with us. Have a great time. We'll see you next Friday. All right.
All righty.
Next Friday.
And remember, don't make a move without us.
Got to get that in there.
See you next week.
Thank you so much. Judy Cox, Medina Hemmentoler, C&D team, Exit Rocky Top Realty. Well, we're about 20 before the hour, and you're not going to believe this, but this is the second month in a row that terrific Teresa has not made it on the last Friday of the month. Patty is here today.
Starting a habit here, Coleman.
Lebanon Senior Citizen Center. How are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. How are you? And you do look great in that blue. You've really missed out in life. You should have been wearing that all along. But you look very handsome today, Coleman.
The way y'all are talking, maybe I have to do it more often.
You should. You should.
But good to see you. How are things at the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center?
Good, but we do want to congratulate Teresa. She's off this Friday. She has a brand new baby granddaughter, Will and Morgan. Had a little girl, Harper Lynn. So she was born yesterday.
And she is there helping them and can't be here today.
That's right.
And
taking care of Hudson. So.
Yeah, told me earlier in the week she would be babysitting for them, and that's what I guess that's what a grandmother's supposed to do.
Yes, we cherish that. So.
Well, I don't know where we're going to start here. We a lot of times talk about the next month, but one thing I could ask you, Patty, you had the renewal time. Your fiscal year goes like the cities goes. It's from, and like a lot of municipalities, from July 1 through June 30th. So late every June or at the start of July, you start renewing memberships. And you did raise the price of memberships from $25 to $35 per person per year, which is a bargain in itself.
It sure is.
But I just wondered how that went. We still got about as many members?
We have so many. We are trying to get everything entered in, and the database is, change everybody's date. But y'all can't see this. And like Judy said, I wish we could do a visual this morning. But I bet you 10 to 1 we've already re-signed 1,200 people. Mm-hmm. And that's great because, last year, the whole year we were at 1,600, a little bit better. So yes, the $35, I think they still know it's a bargain. We didn't go up on lunch. Lunch is still $4. We did go on Friday to $5, but we're trying to put our more expensive lunch on Friday. Like today, we're having breakfast for lunch. Yeah. And everybody knows what bacon and sausage cost now.
Well, before we go to the break here, we don't see you as often. How long have you, and how did you get to the Lebanon Senior Citizen Center? You haven't always been the director, I know.
No, I started, it'll be 19 years in September. So I started the Tuesday after Labor Day. And I had moved to Lebanon and I was working for another company, a subsidiary of Dish Network, but I was looking for something else because there was a lot of weekends and, you know, different things. And there was an ad in the newspaper, and I went over there and kind of bugged Wallace, and I was like, I'm your girl. I'm your girl. And he was going to hire somebody else. And I said, you can hire somebody else, but, you know, I'm really your girl. So he had actually extended it to somebody else, and she declined it, and he called me. And
What was the first job you had?
Office manager.
Okay.
Yep, I was the office manager, and I guess I did that for about 6 years. And then when Wallace retired in 2010, I applied for the director's position, and Philip Craighead and I sat down, had a few meetings, and here I am.
You ever regretted that, really?
No, not a second. I love what I do. I love those senior citizens. I love the friendships I've forged and the people I've met and the things I've learned along the way. I have not regretted it 1 second.
Well, there's been some times that you would like it to have been different, and especially during COVID.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That was a learning experience.
You
if
know how
nothing
many
else.
people we helped, though? I mean, we reached out. We took groceries to people who couldn't get out, people who were vulnerable. They couldn't do. We grocery shopped. We took care baskets. Susie helped. You know, everybody. I can't sit here and name names, but everybody came together. We took baskets. We took food. Then we opened up curbside so people could drive through. You know, so they could still get a good lunch for $4. You can't go to McDonald's. You know, they couldn't go in restaurants. It was just what we did during that time was vital. I mean, we really took care of a lot of people. And no, I hated that we closed down. We opened as soon as we could, and our numbers are up. When we closed, you know, what was it? April the 13th, I think, was the day that we closed in 2020. We averaged 240 people a day in the building, you know, 120 for lunch. We're up to averaging now in the building, I don't think everybody signs in, but inside signing in, not the people we take care of outside with homebound and stuff, we're averaging about 140.
Oh.
And that's a lot of people
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of people.
So things are looking up. Things are fine.
They are. It's tough. It's not always easy. We have some cantankerous little people sometimes, but you know what? If we didn't have those kind of challenges, what would life be?
There you go. Time for us to take a break. We'll talk more with Patty Watts in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:46. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, large inventory of new and used Kubota mowers, RTVs, tractors, hay equipment, and more. Come in Saturday, free popcorn. Check out the new Kubota products, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Give yourself plenty of extra travel time. We've had to deal with some flooding over here on 24 westbound, just past 440 as you merge onto I-40. It's building pretty good through Mount Juliet right now. That heavy traffic on 40 westbound, headed towards Nashville. Lots of radar out here this Friday morning. Give yourself extra time. Hey, looking to buy or sell a home in Middle Tennessee? Greg Sampert is your guy, your professional realtor. Log on to gregsampert.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Charles Lehman is asking for your vote for Wilson County Trustee August 4th. Charles grew up in Noreen and has been a lifelong resident of Wilson County. Charles Lehman brings a strong education tempered with decades of experience to provide the citizens of Wilson County with a rock-solid background for their next trustee. Working as an appraiser for the comptroller of the Treasury for 34 years and going into real estate after retirement, Charles brings a strong foundation to serve as your next trustee. Paid for by committee to elect Charles Lehman Treasurer.
I'm Glenn Denton, asking for your vote for the 20th District Commissioner. We have just had a huge property tax hike, and I stand against massive tax increases and irresponsible allocations. In the 2021 budget, 81% of our revenue went to our schools and only 3% to emergency management and 6% to our sheriff's department. We cannot operate efficiently on 19% of the budget. I stand as a clear voice for clean government. Please vote Glenn Denton, 20th District Commissioner.
This is Coleman Walker inviting you to join us at 7 a.m. Thursday, August 4th as we go over the entire election ballot for that day. Then on Friday, August 5th from 7 a.m. till 8 a.m., Judge Barry Tatum and I will recap the election results. We encourage you to vote for county commissioner, county trustee, school board member, and judges. Join us as we recap the results on Coleman and Company, 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. Friday, August 5th on WANT FM 98.9 and WCOR AM 1490 and online at WANTFM.com.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Steve Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you could afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Patty Watts, Director of the Levin Senior Citizen Center over on Coles Ferry Pike at the intersection with
Coles Ferry and Castle Heights.
Castle
right by the Jimmy
Heights,
Floyd
right.
Center.
Right there near the Jimmy Floyd Center. Been there for years and years and years.
Yes, it is.
And we were just talking during the break here. You are, of course, Teresa is the activities director. If you joined us late, Teresa has a new granddaughter, and she's babysitting her grandchildren in Shelbyville, I believe, for this event, which took place yesterday. Congratulations. But Patty, it's good to see you too, and to find out from the other leadership position at the what's going on. We've heard your story now. But another thing we talked about during the break, there are some things that kind of got put on hold with COVID, and when everybody came back, everything didn't just go back into place like it had been before. It's taken some time for some of these to develop, and part of that I think was by design. When you're playing cards and you're really close, I mean, COVID is still with us, and it's kind of been take a period of time here to adjust and everything. I guess that's kind of been in the back of your mind, and not just come back full force like we were the day that we had to close.
That's correct. When we opened back up in April the following year, 21, we limited to 75 people. And, you know, once 75 people had called in and signed up, that was it. And then we were having people on the waiting list. People were upset. You know, if you called in and you were past the 75, we'd make you the first the next day. You know, it was just like a juggling thing. We've lifted all that, but we didn't have the card tournaments, Brooke, you know, hand and foot tournaments. We didn't have the pool tournaments because, like, if you came in to play pool, you and Cheryl, you know, or Joe, you know, you guys are friends, you sit together at the table, you play pool together. We didn't want everybody kind of mixed up, you know, the people on the back end, you know, the sharks, the pool sharks down at the far end, you know, they were on the far end. We kept it. Just
us of lesser skill play closer to the door.
I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just how it is, right? I think all the pool tables shoot the same. I don't know. I guess they're different. But now we're having a rook tournament. We had a rook tournament I think there was 4 or 5 tables full. They loved it. They were so excited to get back to that rook tournament. That room was full of people, you know. The pool room, we've got pool singles coming up. We have karaoke coming back. We didn't do karaoke because everybody's sharing a microphone and the book and touching, you know, we didn't want the sharing, but we're bringing back karaoke, we're bringing back the tournaments. You know, I think we're just getting right back to normal, and I foresee those numbers being 240 again, if not better. What we've got going on there, the social events and the friendships and just a place to come and visit, it's
well,
good.
One thing we've got to work on, and we could use a little help too, and that's shuffleboard.
Oh, we do need some help with shuffleboard. And it kind of just happened at the worst time. They came and we had a volunteer group and strip it and paint it, but they didn't put anything over it right, or they used the wrong paint. I don't know, but it's real rough. The discs won't slide. So if there is somebody out there that wants to say, hey, I'll redo that shuffleboard court, because we can't play on it right now. And everybody you love shuffleboard. I do. You love shuffleboard. I don't know if you love shuffleboard or cornhole. And I think you said it best, depends on which one I'm winning. So, who's my partner?
Well, that goes a long way.
Yeah, it does.
But if there's someone who would like to help, I know a bunch of us would appreciate that.
And I don't know if it just needs a good sealer on it, something to, do it. I don't know if it needs to be stripped and redone. That's not my expertise, so. But if there's somebody out there with the expertise, we'd love to talk with you.
You have many young people, now 65, is that?
55.
50, I'm sorry.
55.
50, yeah, 55. 55.
There are some things that we do that require it to be 60 and over, and that's through funding and grant requirements. But our membership is 55 and over.
You have many that are 55. When they're 55, they come and sign up.
I think I had to do, because I just, been working on reports and stuff. We have 125 that are between 55 and 60.
Okay.
So.
They got a long time then. If you go by the averages,
right?
Average lifespan.
They do have, and we don't know life circumstances. They all change in our needs and where we are in life. And we have some very young 90-year-olds, 85-year-olds. I'm not going to name any names, Goldie Fuquay. Yeah, 82-year-olds, and they're very young. But then some people just have old souls, and they come in at 55 or 60, and they just love it. They participate. But we couldn't do what we do without the young people, to help volunteer, deliver homebound meals. If you want to deliver homebound meals, we're always looking for those volunteers. And we are starting to utilize volunteers now to help roll silverware and things that we haven't allowed. The staff has done everything. And then starting in August, we're going to use volunteers to take up lunch money again. And we haven't been doing that. So we're really reaching out there.
Are you fully staffed in the office now?
We are fully staffed in the office and in the kitchen. So, our staff is great. We're doing real well. It's a lot of fun. We all get along. And
well, you do, of course, have to do some fundraisers from time to time. But you have a lot of people. I know the publication you do each month lists some people who are donors, and I guess there's some people who maybe make monthly contributions.
They do, and we like that. We like that.
I don't, but I do know.
Well, you're welcome to. I put your name right on top, Coleman. Coleman and Helen Walker, faithful friends.
But we do try to help as we can.
We have PayPal on the website, so we don't take a credit card at the senior center because of the expenses and the fees that they charge. But we have people that just go on the website and they have set it up monthly, and they don't even have to think about it. And that is so convenient for us. We like it. It's convenient for them. They like it. So, but they want to support us.
Well, one of the things you've got to be at least somewhat concerned about is inflation, because,
oh, yes.
I mean,
yes.
Thankfully, it's coming down some, but that's been a problem. But inflation in general and the cost of food is one of the big things there.
It is the cost of food, but then the cost of gas, because we rely heavily on volunteers to deliver those homebound meals. And it's been in the back of my mind, when are they going to say I can't run that route anymore because of the cost of gas? Yeah. So, and it is, and so we picked up another one this week, and I'm just running it over there because it's like 3.7 miles out of their way from the first stop. And I was like, well, I don't want to add that much mileage, so I'll just run it over there. But it's important that we take care of them. They need those homebound meals and they need that visit, just knocking on that door and saying, hey, how are you?
As far as the physical facility is concerned, are we about where we need to be? Are there any plans for any kind of expansion or addition, or is there any particular need inside of what we already have? Are we just about where we ought to be?
Every time we've built on, by the time it gets finished, from the day we say we're going to do this, we get the funds, we get the contracts, we get the building built, we've already outgrown it. You've been over there. Yesterday, I had a group looking to play some cards. I said, well, we can't play in this room. Well, we can't play in that room. Well, this one's having that. So, but we need to redo our air conditioning system. You've been in there with the humidity because of the way that it has been built onto and tied in together. We're looking at, I don't know, it's $50,000, $100,000. I don't know how much it's going to cost. But in my dream world, if I win the lottery, and I have bought 5 sets of numbers. Can't win if you don't play. I said I would take every air condition off the roof of that building and completely redo it. That's what needs to happen. The ductwork, the air conditions, if I could just strip it all down and put it all back together like it needs to be, because it's been piecemealed. And
But that is a
that would be my dream.
big ticket number.
That's a big ticket item. Yeah, but $1 billion, I could do it. I could do it easy. And somebody said, if you win, are you going to quit? And I was like, oh, I might. But I would leave an endowment.
Well, by the way, when is that lottery?
Tonight. I think it's tonight. Buy your ticket.
Hey, how many you got?
I have 5. It's $15. It's $2, and then it's $1 for that megaplexer thing or whatever multiplier. So I just went ahead and added that. But $15, I know I'm giving it away, but
if you win, we're gonna hold you to this.
no, I will if I win. If I win, no, I love that senior citizen center. And that would be what I would take care of. That's where my tithe goes. And I say if I just had a few people that could give to me 10%, I'd be all right. So.
Well, we've got about a minute left here. Of course, August starts Monday, and this is the last day of July for us. But
it's been a busy
August
month.
will be the fair, and
Yes.
that's a little bit different because you participate at the fair.
I don't. Teresa used to,
All right.
but she's not doing
Oh.
the senior day at the fair anymore. I don't know who's doing that. Galen with Wilson Rides was asking me
Okay,
who's
well,
doing that. So I don't
anyway,
know who
it'll be
has
there
that.
for the seniors,
It
even
will?
though
It'll be
not
different.
directly involved with Lebanon seniors.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a mess out there. I'm glad they got that exit fixed.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Phew, that was a
Yeah,
mess.
Sparta Pike and I-40, yeah. Well, Patty, thanks for being with us
Thank
today.
you, Coleman.
And keep on keeping on. I guess that's what we say.
Yeah, keep on trucking.
All right. That is going to do it for a Friday. Have a nice weekend, everybody. And until Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.